YouTube has demonetized many videos. If you like this channel, please click on my Patreon page. You'll find a link in the description. Hey Star Wars fans, this is John, host of Video Games in the World. Now, I got a question for this movie. Was it the hype that killed it, or was it the writer and director that killed any chances of this movie being superior to The Force Awakens? Well, I must say that the writer and director of this movie killed the chance of this movie being superior to The Force Awakens. However, I gotta say that it wasn't bad, but a lot of things got me disappointed in this movie, to be honest. The press gave positive reviews, but those who went to see the movie, that was a different story. Some fans were like, what the F? This ain't like the Star Wars that we all know and love. Although some press outlets think that it was because of inclusivity that people hated it, I doubt it. Well, it's time to give my own opinions about this movie, and this review contains major spoilers, ladies and gentlemen, so you've been warned. If you've seen the movie, let's talk about it, so let us begin. Although the Starkiller base has been destroyed, the First Order still has an advantage over the Resistance. The Resistance is forced to flee and find a world to rebuild their base and obtain help from whatever allies they have left. Meanwhile, Rey must learn from Luke Skywalker the ways of the Force, as Kylo Ren is determined to put an end to all of this. Snoke is also determined to put an end to the Resistance and assert his dominance over the galaxy. Now, what things exactly got me disappointed in this movie? Well, for starters, I don't like how Luke Skywalker was portrayed in this movie. He seemed pretty cowardly and unwilling to help the Resistance due to the past regarding how the darkness was consuming Kylo Ren. I mean, like, what the heck? He's freaking Luke Skywalker, man. He's supposed to be not so bitchy and whiny. I mean, in episode 4, he kind of sounded like a little whiny in episode 5, but when he became a full-fledged Jedi, he was more serious and badass, but I just didn't like how he was too bitchy and whiny in this one. As for the character of Snoke, I think that they tried a little bit too hard to make him like Palpatine in some ways, but I also think that the way things went throughout the movie, they pretty much rushed everything. What I hated about it is how he was created from out of nowhere and how we didn't learn much about him. I mean, they could have at least done better with his development. Now, for the record, I had no problems with Rey, but I wonder, was Kylo Ren telling the truth about her origins, or was he BSing from the start? I don't understand how she can come from nowhere and we don't know who are her parents or something. I mean, like, They try so hard to make her past more mysterious or something like that. The casino subplot was kind of a cringy comedy in many ways. As for the character of Rose, it was all suddenly out of nowhere and we didn't get to learn much about her either, except that she was a sister of one of the bombers at the beginning of the movie. There were so many plot holes in which this movie got me disappointed in many ways. Of course, a lot of people say that The Force Awakens it's just a remake of A New Hope, while this movie distanced itself from what Star Wars is all about. Here's the thing. Inclusivity is not the problem in this movie because Star Wars was always inclusive. Lando, Leia, Han, Luke, Mace Windu, aliens, and of different shapes and sizes, Finn, Poe, and so on. The problem is all the plot holes, the lack of character development, and things we couldn't even understand. But the positive of this movie is how Luke teaches Rey about the Force, and that it's not about moving things with your mind and fighting with a lightsaber. The Force is kind of like an entity that surrounds us all, kind of like God or something like that. The space battle sequences were awesome, as well as the battle on Crate as well. The story had potential, but due to many plot holes, I gotta say it was pretty flawed, but worthy. My final score on a scale of F to A, this movie gets a C. That is all, people, so remember to comment, share, subscribe, This is John, host of Video Games in the World. Have a good one, and may the Force be with you, Star Wars fans. Bye-bye.